exciting, and I am so delighted to be joined by the man himself, Johnny Nelson.
Long time no see. Long time no see. You just travelling the world. I heard you got lots to talk, but it's not. I'm not talking about that.
Johnny, we can't talk about my time behind bars on camera. You know, it's just not a thing. No, we have missed you. It's been a long time since I've seen you. How are you keeping?
All right. It's just nice to get back in the swing again. We've had a few fights. It's been Castro, Pellbrook, and Cole was wicked.
History made.
Great start to the year. So things are rolling again. And it's people are actually tuning in from 7 o'clock on Sky. They should actually tune in from 5 o'clock and start streaming it, because there are some good, intriguing fights on the other card on that bill. And there's a young girl called Shannon Ryan. I'm going to make that shout out now.
She's a good friend of mine, Shannon.
Keep an eye on her. She is going to be.
We've been watching her for a long time.
She's going to be something special.
Everyone
she's not had one pro fight yet. I met her parents earlier on. Her dad, he's also been linked into the martial arts. And I saw her doing a workout for. The Stardust is special on there, so keep an eye on it. This is before she even had her first fight. Keep an eye on it.
Before she's had her first fight, she's already signed to 258 management. She obviously has a long history in kickboxing. She was a champion in kickboxing, which is what attributes to her fantastic movement inside the ring. I've watched her sparring many times.
Hand-eye coordination.
It's fantastic, She looks like a little street fighter.
I think within 4 fights, she will be miles ahead of other fighters that have turned pro and round 4 fights, because we'll see she's just too good for England. And so then I can see a box of Vital inside half a dozen fights.
Yes, it's so great to hear, people who really know the sport and understand the sport, such as yourself, prolific people getting behind someone like Shannon Ryan, because let me tell you, when she was waiting, she was there, in the sidelines, she just kept on working away, chipping away at it.
I remember Lomachenko, the second fight he's fighting for the world title. And people said, what are you doing? And, time till it was only experience like that picking up the poles. But in women's boxing right now, Shannon Ryan can actually make a dent and eventually leapfrog a lot of potential stars and be a potential star, a headliner.
It's a very exciting time. It's a very exciting time, yes. So obviously, we've got Shannon Ryan on the undercard. We've got Chris Congo on the undercard.
Caroline Dubois.
Caroline Dubois also on the undercard. It's her second pro fight, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
It was interesting to watch her first pro fight, actually, because you could really see that amateur style. Really see it.
I don't think it'll take her long to shake it. I don't think it'll take long to shake that amateur style and to make her mark as a professional. I think she's surrounded by successful fighters. She's surrounded by fighters. So therefore she's going to be a lot more mature than other fighters at her level.
She looked fantastic today. She really looks like she belongs up on that stage. It was great to see. Let's talk a little bit about the main event, and then we can kind of pick apart some of the rest of the card. But the main event is a really interesting one, because obviously initially Richard Riakporhe was meant to be fighting Turchi, and Jumah was meant to be fighting Mikel Lawal.
This is a better fight.
This is a really better fight.
And it's not very often the replacement is better than the original. It's a London derby. You've got 2 unbeaten fighters. One's had 13 fights, knocked out 9. One's had 14 fights, knocked out 7. Both have never lost as professionals and can punch. They're familiar with each other, so they know each other. And I'm quite sure they're probably circling around the room all the way through the career, keeping an eye on what's out there. So this is a chance to be a proper show stealer.
Do you know, this is a fight that the fans have wanted to see for a long time. And
there are many cruiserweight fights domestically that the fans want to see. This one is one of them that at last they've got.
Yes, so. And it's an interesting one because it is the classic puncher-boxer matchup. Obviously we've got...
Ignore.
Okay. Because obviously we've got Richard Riakporhe, and he's got that strong right hand. He can put anyone down. That's why he calls himself the Midnight Train. We've got Jumah, the Ghost, who wants to derail the Midnight Train using his boxing intelligence. What do you think is going to go down on Saturday?
So Jumah is an absolute nightmare because he's a southpaw, and he can box, and he can talk, and he understands the game. And this guy, if you are not on point, you're not on your game, he's going to turn you over. If you're not on your game, that southpaw style will take full advantage of it. This is why he's unbeaten. This is why he's knocked out 50% of his opponents. For Richard Riakporhe, the loss would probably be more devastating to Richard than it would be for Jumah, because Richard has the one that's had the limelight, and he's the one that Boxer pushed. We saw them up there, and Ben Shalom from Boxer said, he didn't hide the fight. I expect Richard to win, blah blah blah.
So he said, well, you're the first boxer we signed.
Yeah, I'm like, my man, Dion like sat and say, I'm sat here, talking like, it doesn't exist. This is a good fight.
There's a lot of angst between them actually. You can sense that they're not, there's no love lost there. It's they're not fans of each other. It's a really, really interesting one.
Professional jealousy.
Yes.
Because if you only have so many balls in the pen. So now when you're looking around what's there, people want to establish themselves and say, I'm the top dog. You have two fighters that have sparred with each other, two fighters that are unbeaten, two fighters that can talk the talk and say we did this, that, and that. Saturday night is the time when it all comes to fruition. Saturday night's the time when people say how good or how bad they want it.
It's really interesting because I remember hearing you on Sky Sports actually a few years ago, prior to Dion's injury, etc. And you said Dion Jumah is a boxer that the cruiserweight division needs to look out for.
That's what I say. Keep an eye on, because he's got everything fighters doesn't want. He's southpaw, he's intelligent, he's got great boxing ability. Watch out for him. The only thing that's happened since then now is inactivity, which could have been damaging to his career. We don't know. Saturday night will tell us. But you're right. Back then I thought they need to watch out for this boy, because this boy, it can be a handful. And so now we've got to see, because it's getting to a stage where he's seeing people like Richard who tempo after him, and so forth, and Smith who tempo after him, starting to achieve things and do things in boxing. So now he's thinking, hang on, this picture's not right. So now there's this chance to regain his position where probably he should have been 2 or 3 years ago.
A very, very, very exciting matchup for Saturday night. I personally can't wait to be there. I'm sure you can't wait to be there either. Johnny, I really appreciate you taking the time to speak to us. It's always a pleasure.
No problem. And I'm going to steady cameraman's peanuts as well. He doesn't understand. He was so close to losing. We left him on the side, and I thought, I'm a shepherd, but we just pick anything out. So now I know who they belong to.
So you can just steal them out with him. It's all good.
It takes the fun out of it, now he knows.
Thank you, John.